What's up, comic book fans? And welcome to Comics Icons. Now, JJ, what they call me. And today, we got more Blood Hunt. This time with Doctor Strange, issue number 16. And if you guys missed the last issue, or any other parts of this Blood Hunt series, then I'll put up a card at the top of the screen, and a link at the end of the video to the playlist. But when we left off with Doctor Strange's series, he had been turned into a vampire by Blade. So his wife Clea did what any sorceress wife would do if her husband was turned into a vampire, which was simply to pull his astral self out of his body. You know, light work. But Blade did this so they wouldn't be compelled to assemble the Montesi formula, since it destroys all vampires, which is a race that Strange is now a member of. But after all that had taken place, the Sanctum became a refuge for the heroes as they planned their next mission on this long night. And unbeknownst to the heroes as they plotted was that Stephen Strange's brother Victor, a ghost without a body, was now preying on the soulless body of his brother Stephen. So if you guys are ready to find out what kind of plan Stephen's brother Victor has for Stephen's now vampire body, then you guys know what time it is. Let's get it. So we kick this issue off in the past with Doctor Strange's brother Victor Strange in the Crypt of Shadows. And this particular moment takes place before we saw Victor in the last issue, as Victor is visited by a stranger in the crypt. And initially he thinks he's completely lost his mind, since he's been there all alone for some time now. But the stranger assures Victor that he has not gone mad. Well, at least his madness and this stranger are unrelated. But the stranger tells Victor that he comes to him as a friend. But Victor's been there for so long, he has no friends. All he has are stories. But the stranger reiterates that he is indeed a friend. And then we pick up with our current moment in the Sanctum Sanctorum after the events of Blood Hunt issue 3, and everyone is left for their individual missions, leaving Wong to guard the Sanctum. And as Wong walks the halls of the Sanctum looking over things, he's unaware that he himself is being watched right now by Victor. And then we go back to the past with Victor and the stranger in the crypt, as this stranger tells Victor how fascinating he is, being a vampire that had been created and not turned like the others. And regardless if it was an accident or a failure of Doctor Strange that made him this way, according to the stranger, Victor is still one of his children, whether turned or created. And as a loving father, the stranger comes to Victor with a promise that he will create an opportunity for Victor. He will see this stranger first strike his brother, clearing the way for victory to gain flesh once again. And as we see Wong again in the now, as he toils over his friend Stephen's vampire body trying to figure out a way to fix him, his efforts are interrupted when the once incohesive and uninhabited body begins to speak to Wong, telling him how amazing he feels right now. And initially, Wong thinks that this is still Stephen, but it doesn't take long for him to realize that it is absolutely not his friend. And then we're taken back in time once more to Victor's conversation with this stranger, as Blade steps out of the shadows. And he tells Victor that it's time for his story to be told. And then we pick back up with him now inhabiting his brother's body and attacking Wong as he begins to give Wong clues of who he is, reminding Wong of the last time that they'd met, with him in his own flesh and Stephen inhabiting Wong's, which immediately narrows it down for Wong, who quickly guesses that this is Victor, as Victor begins to put the beat down on Wong. He's no longer the tortured little brother or the minor role in his brother's hero's journey. Now he's the villain, and he's changing the story. But Wong reminds Victor that he killed himself to prevent taking another life. He knows that Victor has had good in him, but Victor responds that his brother's spell casted on him wouldn't allow for death to take hold of him, and he was reborn as a ghost, just a drifting wraith in the Crypt of Shadows, imprisoned behind the mirrors of this home, all alone with nothing but stories. But news of Victor being in the crypt is news to Wong, who had no knowledge of this. So Victor continues the guilt trip, saying that he'd been unseen, unheard and unmourned. But in that, he's corrected by Wong, because he knows for certain that they all mourn Victor. But it doesn't matter to Victor, as now all he has is his unquenchable thirst. But then he quickly catches a punch to the face by Wong, who's prepared with a pair of silver knuckles and a wooden stake. As an agent of Wand, Wong is always prepared for encounters such as this. So this won't be a vampire massacre if that's what Victor was expecting. And not only that, Wong knows that even though Victor possesses Steven's body, he doesn't have access to Steven's magic, nor has he had any combat training or any other weapons right now. So Wong insists that Victor surrender right now because Wong knows that he's Victor's better and he's fully equipped to take him down. And once Steven returns, they can help Victor. But Victor's not looking for help, especially since it was Steven's help that got him into this position in the first place. Besides, he's gotten all the help he needs, he tells Wong, who instantly knows that Victor is referring to Blade, that he's colluded with him in dooming the world, which Victor admits to being true, but Victor also realizes that Wong is pulling his punches because Victor is in the body of his friend. So when Victor gains the advantage once again with Wong and holds him up in the air by his throat, he offers Wong a clean spot and he dares Wong to strike him down. All he'd have to do is kill the body of his closest friend, Steven, which Wong cannot bring himself to do, which is exactly what Victor had expected. And he decides to let Wong go free because it's gonna amuse him to hunt Wong down. So it's his sportsmanship that wants to give Wong a head start. So run, he tells Wong. As we then see Baron Mordo in the Crypt of Shadows holding a ritual, preparing himself to be the hero of this story. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the issue. So what did you guys think about this one? And how you guys liking these Doctor Strange Blood Hunt tie-ins so far? Do you like the idea of Victor Strange possessing Steven's body while he has no idea what's happening? And how about Baron Mordo looking like the one to come and save the day? This Blood Hunt event has had a little bit of everything happening right now, and I can't wait to see what happens next. But I want to hear from all you guys on if and how you think Steven will get his body back. And how do you guys think that Mordo will get involved? And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video and this channel, and you'd like to support the channel, then you can do so by stopping by the Comics Icon store and grabbing you some of this merchandise, including the background music heard right here in this video, now available for download. Or by joining the Iconic Fan Club channel membership, and there will be a link in the description to join. But with the membership, your voice will be heard during our interactive live streams with yours truly, where we can talk about everything that's been going down in these issues, as well as ones that you'd like for me to go over in the future and other comic book news. Plus, you guys will get loyalty badges, member shoutouts, and up to 20% off of Comics Icon's merchandise from the Comics Icon store. And we've got tiers to the memberships as well, starting at just 99 cents. Or you guys can donate to the channel with a super thanks. And if you're not able to do any of those, then you can still be a tremendous help to the future of this channel by dropping a like, share, and subscribing to Comics Icons for more icons in the comic book world. But ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. I'm out. Peace.